I'll give you the time you need to fire it up. Okay. A call to order the March 14th, 2023 meeting of the City of Indio Public Arts Commission. May we please have a roll call?
Commissioner Becerra, Commissioner Shinsky,
Here.
Vice Chairperson Cruz Zendejas,
Here.
Chairperson Niemeyer.
Here. Do we have any volunteers for the Pledge of Allegiance today? I'll go ahead and lead myself. Everybody ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Up next, public comment for items not on the agenda. Do we have any requests to speak?
We do not, Mr. Chairperson.
Okay. We'll move on to item number 4, 4.1, the minutes of February 14. Do we have any corrections or clarifications to make on that?
None for me.
Okay, we'll hear a motion.
I'll move to accept the minutes of the February 14th meeting.
I'll second.
A vote.
Commissioner Shinsky,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Cruz Zendejas,
Yes.
Chairperson Niemeyer.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Item 5, presentation by local artists and/or art organizations. We have none.
We have none.
Okay, staff items, 7.1, action items, we don't have any today.
We don't have any action items.
Okay. We'll just take it away with staff items.
There we go. Good evening, Mr. Chairperson and members of the Public Arts Commission. I'm Leila Nambar, Public Arts Analyst. So tonight we don't have any action item, but we have some staff items that staff thought it would be good to discuss it with the commission. So on April 7, we will have a Senior Center Public Art Tour, which will only include the members of the Senior Center, and they would like to see the murals, the sculptures, and also get to know facts and information about them. So staff will be there to provide the information to them. It will be in the morning, 9 to 12. Any questions?
Who proposed this?
The Senior Center staff proposed that.
Is this going to be via bus?
They have a van. The Senior Center has a van, so we will use that. So that, therefore, the seats are limited.
So they'll be getting on and off this, in and out of this van?
Correct.
And walk.
Correct.
And you're the guide?
I'm the guide.
All right.
So I put together a map and some information that I can also share with the commission.
What's the location you have on Monroe, or close to Monroe Street? Was that
The Monroe and Dr. Carrion Cerebral K.
no, north? Was that the mural at Clark's?
It's the mural at Clark's.
Oh, the other mural, sorry.
Correct. So this item is the City Council meeting of March 1st, an update regarding the project that went before them. So the Indio Second Entry Gateway project went before them. They checked, they saw all the 10 proposals. They approved this one. However, they changed the location from this area to the sports park, future Indio Sports Park on Avenue 44. So that's an update. The contract has been signed now by the artist and the city attorney, and I'm waiting for the city manager to be signed, and then we can start paying the first payment, and then he can start working.
What's the rationale for changing location? If they have one.
Yes, it was mainly the reason was there's no parking on this side to park the car and go see the sculpture. Also, staff suggested to move it up, but then they were like, this is not an entry gateway location because it's hidden behind the trees. And it's supposed to be, it was chosen back then, and EJ probably can, Mr. Chairperson can speak to it more. It was chosen back then for the 9/11 memorial. So it's supposed to be a landscape and everything, and the trees were supposed to be removed or reduced so it will be more visible. So those were the rationale behind the location change.
We had an ad hoc with two of the council members, and Glenn Miller is still on council. This was one of the locations that was picked for an entry monument, which we were going to put the steel beam from the 9/11 memorial here, and at one point, council decided to move that downtown to Miles, and now it's being moved to the fire station. So now this is the second project that we've identified for the location. I don't think that they like it, even though it was approved by council originally to be an entry monument site. So I guess when we meet with them next month, we'll discuss with them whether or not they want to continue with the things that we've worked with them to approve in the first place.
Any other questions?
Not yet.
Okay, so may I move to the next one?
Yes.
All right, so Jackson mural or Indio mural number 13, again, all 8 proposals went before the council. They still picked the one that the commission selected. So we are still on with this one, but because of the delay, they may start working in fall because now it's getting to the heat. So when they start, they may not be able to complete it. So that's an update again regarding this project. Indio mural number 14 of Fred Waring mural, all 3 went before the council. This was the choice of the commission. However, the I'm just going to go back so the noise won't be there, or the sound won't be there. So I already contacted Jessica and explained what had happened, contacted the Harvey, and we are working on the contract with him. And so again, it may go to fall, depends on how fast he can get the contract done. And he has some suggestions on the color as well that he's gonna propose, and it will come before the Arts Commission and the council again.
And once again, what's the rationale for changing?
The rationale was the colors, they're too bold, and also
Too bold?
One comment was using the stencil. The other one was even the location. At least one council member did not like the location. So a combination of all.
Colors were too bold. Were they supposed to be beige, like the rest of the city?
I take the 5th.
Where is the artist Harvey from, or based?
Mexico.
Okay.
So he's from Mexico and Jessica was local.
So they're basically insulting a local artist because they're using bright colors.
I mean, it's just eventually the city council is the body that picks all the art.
I
So-
know,
so-
I understand
yeah.
all that. And that's not the point. The point is that, you know, where is their support for local artists? They obviously don't have it.
So I think these are the discussions that could be, you could bring it up on the workshop meeting to see if that's, you know, one of the goals or, again, art is very subjective, so,
But they also have a responsibility to support their locals.
so again, you may want to ask that question during the workshop or bring it up as a subject, like in the future, what is it that the Art Commission and Council would like to do?
Well, obviously, what they're showing what they like to do. They don't like color and they don't like locals.
I'm not sure if even if they knew if that was this deciding point, but it was just that the other one is more more innovative because when you drive with your car, you can see the movement.
Yeah, but if you're driving, you're not supposed to be watching the side, you know, the bridge. You're supposed to be paying attention to the road ahead of you. You know, I mean, their rationale, there is no rationale. These people are not making sense.
I mean, I can't talk on behalf of them. I'm just here to say what
I
is the
understand that,
update.
but,
so
you know, I
so
can only
I can't-
react to the
right.
mistakes that they make.
So let's just move on to the other update item.
It's like duly noted.
So Desi Mural, they agreed, they actually approved the location, they approved the budget. They also included a $10,000 for the AV, for the augmented reality AR. And also, we can move with the Loma Linda and the city to move at least one of the trees in the middle of the mural.
Why?
Because it's in the middle of the mural.
So,
We have removed one at the, by the old Indio as well.
and that there was no reason to do that either.
So they suggested to do that, so.
And are they expecting to use art fund money to maintain that augmented reality annual fee?
It is something that the council needs to approve on yearly basis going forward because there's a hosting fee yearly, about $3,500.
I know, a chunk of
And
money.
then, yeah, so they didn't specify the source, but they were saying that we can basically manage to pay that if we choose to on yearly basis. So at the budget time, it goes before the council reviews it, and then if they think it's a good program, they keep it. If not, they can just not keep it.
They've just fallen, you know, victim to the typical Instagram moment opportunity.
I mean, it wasn't that. It was just, it's a memorial for Desi, so that augmented reality could bring more of Desi to the mural and also be helpful to the kids that they're sick and go to the hospital. So kind of like cheer them up. That wasn't the reason. Instagrammable moment was not. Because we didn't even show them how this program can do. Staff just explained it.
We just approved this one wall, not the second location on the other small wall.
Both of them.
Oh, both of them, okay.
No, we approved just this one,
Right.
the one
but
that's
s-
imaged.
But council
So-
has approved
They
both.
added the other one.
So they added the other one and they augmented, but for the amount of $85,000 with $10,000 for the augmented reality, which that augmented reality is a separate contract. We still need to get 3 bids, go through all those things, see how much it costs and how much the yearly hosting is. That budget, it's an estimate from the artist.
Very disappointing.
All right, I'll take you to the other project. So Shields Park, they saw the work, and then they went with the maze. So that'll be the RFP. The RFP was sent out, I believe, last week. I will be, which I think I shared it with the commission. So it went last week. It's going to be for 45 days. So the deadline is April 20th. I didn't want to put it on April 15th because everybody's worried with their tax, so 5 days after. Hopefully we get more than one submittal this time.
Well, I've put the word out. I mean, personally, I've been telling people.
Perfect. And I sent to the artists that I have in my list. Indian mural number 15, the one that is going to be on Mile facing the future Indian living room, they approved that as well with up to $40,000. This was a recommendation from the Public Arts Commission to them. And again, open concept and open style of painting, basically up to the artist to propose. That's an RFP that's going to be released next week. Any questions? Oops, sorry. Oop. So item 7.4 is the Oasis Road Diet project. So the Public Works is doing a road diet to add bike lane there. So, but the median still stays the same width, and we have opportunities for installing sculptures within the median. I've talked to all the departments. Fire wants them to be very vertical and narrow to be able to meet the height limitation for turnaround. So it's supposed to be above 13.6 feet. So that's why it has to be vertical. It can't be wide. Staff is working with Public Works and city engineer to select locations that they're strategically picked to be right across maybe the current college COD building or the future two buildings that they're building, also close to Miles. We have two opportunities on Oasis and Highway 111 to have like an entry to the downtown from those two parts. So we are still working on the locations. Questions? No?
No.
Okay. Oops. Oh, it's backward. So the other items that the staff would like to talk to the commission, which again, we can discuss it more later on in other meetings, is in order to have community outreach, we can use social media. Also, we can do direct mailers to the homes. Maybe it's the same as public hearing notices, which we sent we set to a 300 feet radius from any project. So this will be also 300 radius to inform them. There's a artwork, sculpture, mural is going inside their community, and tell them when is the Public Arts Commission meeting. So if the community members would like to attend the meeting, they can attend the meeting. So this will be, we can get more input from the community, and they could be more involved in the process of selection. So this is a suggestion from a staff, in addition to social media, because some areas, you know, people may not be able to follow social media or to, you know, they're working and they don't have time, but a direct mailer will inform them clearly what's going on.
Do mailers actually work?
Yeah, it works. If somebody's interested, they show up. I get mailers from my community too. So if I'm interested, I will show up to those meetings. And then we do it for all our projects at the city at the public hearing level. This won't be a public hearing. This will be just informational, that this project is before the Arts Commission on such a date. So if you would like to attend, you can attend. If you would like to talk to staff and send your comments, you can do that too.
Is that mailer, are they included with the water bill?
No, it's a direct mailer. We can get their addresses through our GIS program, and then we can directly mail it to them. Because the mailers with the water, you need to plan 3 months ahead of time. This is not it. This is just like when we know some project goes there, maybe 10 days, 2 weeks before, we just send the mailer.
Well, I mean, if they work, fine, but
I think it's just one more way to
Yeah.
get someone.
It's just
Yeah.
one more way to inform.
I mean,
And I mean, if somebody asks, did you get community output or did you get community feedback? We say, yeah, we send it to them. 1 people or 10 people or no people provided any comment.
yeah.
We did the survey online for the murals, and we got a pretty big response from that. That was an
Yeah, I
online
remember
thing. So I think the next thing you do is you put a temporary billboard out on
No,
the site,
I was
and
just
people
gonna-
that drive
yeah,
by.
I was
can
just
see.
going to say, there's got to be something that people that don't pay attention to their mail, don't do social media, is to have a sign, or, you know, even a banner around a couple of banners around the neighborhood saying, this is going to be happening. Give your 2 cents. This is the opportunity, the date, you know, the date, the time, and the location. Because, you know,
We can look into that as well. Let me make a note.
especially, for,
It's a little bit more expensive to do that
why?
because of the signage.
A vinyl sign? A vinyl banner?
We can't just have a vinyl banner. It needs to be somehow anchored properly. So we need to get somebody to do that, pay the building fees and all those things. So it may be a little bit more expensive. And then where we put that, we can't put it on private property. So it needs to be on public property. So all those logistics, but I'll look into that.
But even at the location where the piece is going to be, like with the park on Avenue 46. where the-
Right, so if you put a banner with all the wings, where are we gonna put the banner?
Right there when you go around that curve, right there, to
So
the entrance of the park.
Anchor it to where?
Well, I'll have to stop and look.
So that's what I'm saying. It may be a little bit, but I look into that. That's not a problem. Let me make a note here to signage.
Have the news people on the television tell people, Indio's going to be doing XXX at this park. Are you interested in giving your 2 cents? Give it. They're supposed to be doing public service announcements.
We do a news release, but it's up to them if they want to work that news release. If not, otherwise we need to pay to buy the ad. So that's another way. We can post it on the newspaper. We can put as an ad on the radio or TV, but we need to pay for that. And I believe in 2019, half of newspaper was 1,500.
No one reads the newspaper.
Exactly, so that's what I'm saying. So we can do TV and radio, but that will be also expensive because we need to pay for the ad. I can look into that and bring it back and say how much it costs.
Sure.
Okay.
I know. I mean, I was just on, the 6 o'clock edition KMIR? Didn't cost us anything.
Yeah, because they wanted you there. But if they don't want you there and you're like, hey, advertise this for me, then they're going to say it costs you as an advertisement.
I'll send a note to the producer and I'll say, look, I need to come back and talk to you about some stuff.
There you go. You can do that too. Perfect. Okay, so staff again suggesting to provide a quarterly public arts report that will be used by the council eventually, because it's good for them to know what the commission does each quarter, because we accomplish a lot of things, and also we can talk about the issues with them as well, or the suggestions and things like that. So again, that's another idea, that we should share a quarterly public arts report with them. Probably goes to the city manager, and city manager shares it with them. And then, of course, I'll share it with you before it goes up the chain. What?
I don't even want to say what I'm thinking.
All right, we're moving on. So there is a idea to do wraps around the light poles. It's probably not gonna for this year come from the Public Arts Fund. It will be something that probably marketing will take care of it. But we just wanted the commission to know that maybe on major streets like Monroe, Jefferson, Highway 111, the city will go and wrap the light poles, maybe every third or every fifth of them, to wrap them, and then kind of like create a little bit of visual interest within those streets. So we just wanted to share it with you. Again, it's not coming from the Public Arts Fund, as far as I know, at least for this year. If it comes out and something is interesting and the commission would like to create a program, then that's something we can discuss it.
Whose idea was this?
City manager.
I mean, the light poles, I mean, they're made so you don't even see them.
You may not see them, but also you see them. I mean, because they have signage on them.
Okay, what's the idea about, what kind of visuals are they thinking about? Obviously, they have something in mind, or they would never come up with this idea.
I don't think there is something in mind at this point, but it will be worked with the with a graphic artist, or the marketing team may have some graphic artists on board with them. So that graphic design artist can come up with something. It's not very large surface, so you go from 26-inch, it tapers up. So there may be some geometric, they may be able to put some wording. So that's just letting you know that that may happen. But as I said, this year, it's not going to be something from the arts budget.
Okay.
Traffic signal beautification program, you guys approved since last May, I believe, the commission approved more images. So the one that it was awarded to Signarama has been completed. It was 27 boxes, except one box, which is one side is still missing. So that being completed, so you can see throughout the city when you go around, there's some additional boxes being wrapped. We also have more boxes to wrap, but I wanted staff wanted Signarama to complete this so we can start the new phase. We're not going to go with the previous company. We're going with the new company in order to get it done faster. And this time we will tackle Monroe, boxes on Monroe. And also there was two boxes that they're in front of the church on Miles, which the commission approved stainless steel design that are gonna go there.
Stained glass, yeah.
I'm sorry, stained glass. Which it will go there because the church also has a stained glass.
Oh, the one on Miles and Monroe.
Correct.
Yes. No,
No,
Miles
it's
and
not
Clinton.
it's Miles and Clinton.
Is it? Yeah, Clinton.
Yeah, across
Yeah.
from Kennedy School.
Exactly. So it goes there. And then one image, we will cover one image on several boxes because each location usually have 2 or 3 boxes. So one image goes on all 3 or all 2. There's only one location which has 1 box, but the rest have more. The contract's been signed and been entered, so they're gonna get their stipend, the artist, except one artist that hasn't responded yet. All right, I guess that's all I have. Just a reminder that the workshop will be on April 19 at 3 o'clock. Start working on a presentation. If there's anything that the commission would like to share with me as point of discussions, please email it to me. And we hope to see you there.
Where is it going to be?
Where? Here.
Are we going to be in the situation of sitting down where we are looked upon?
I believe so. The workshops are like that, and joint meetings are like that. Usually, the council sits on the top, the staff and the commission sits on the bottom.
To remind us all how lowly we are, huh?
Come on, Bill. You didn't mention the 9/11 monument RFP.
9/11 RFP also went out. It will be, which I shared it with the
Yeah.
commission. So it will be, it went out March 1st till May 1st is the deadline. And I have received some emails from the artists that they expressed their interest in the project. Normally, everybody submits toward the end, so I'm anticipating end of April, the last week of April, we receive submittals. And then it comes before you, you select the finalist, and the finalist goes before the council for the final approval.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And that concludes all my reports. So now,
Commissioner comments?
I just have to say, it's nice to see the Miles Avenue Bridge inserts finally done after all of these years. And they look pretty decent.
yeah, it was done end of last year, December. So before the year was over, it was done. And I agree with you. It looks decent. It looks nice. There's some older ones that they were on the pilasters that they are faded, but with the new contract with Signature Sculpture, they're gonna maintain them. So we can also contact Vigilart to see if they have any suggestion for the ones that they're faded a little bit.
Let Signature do that.
Yeah, Signature do that, but maybe with communication with them to see what they suggest. The paint, the color and paint is faded.
Yeah. Because whoever did it didn't use unfadable paint.
Or UV protection or something like that. But it's still, the faded ones are still look
I mean,
nice.
but it's nice to see it complete.
Yeah, it is complete now. We have 5 extras
extras?
5 extras,
Yes.
which staff is looking for locations. We have other bridges, small bridges, one on Horth and 49, if I'm not mistaken. So the small bridge, may be able to put it there. It has pilasters, but as you recall, the Miles Bridge pilasters were completely open. This one has a band popping out. So I'm working with the Public Works to see if we can still use the adhesive and put it there.
And we had talked about possibly finding either a block wall somewhere on a corner. Or
Correct.
near a school.
Yeah, they'd look good.
Yeah. So we have ideas to use them.
Yeah, you don't want to put them in the storage somewhere.
Yeah, it is in the storage.
No, you don't want to put them in and forget
them.
about
Oh, no. Yeah, it is in the storage safe, but we are thinking to use it. Worst come to worst, maybe the ones that they're faded very much, we can replace it with those.
Yeah.
Any other comments? Events? No?
Friday night, we have an opening at the Arts Center. The show's called Material Love. It's artists from the Desert Open Studios group. This year, there's 143 artists that will have their studios open the weekend of March 18, 19, and then the next weekend. And I'm just doing a curated exhibit of 6 of the 143. It's a nice show. It's a real nice show.
When it starts?
5 to 8.
5 to 8 this Friday?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You'll hear the music from the DJ. Just follow the music.
Next meeting items, we want, but submitted by the end of the month. If you guys have any extra for next month.
I'm sorry?
Next meeting items, submit them by, I would say, March 31st, and we'll discuss.
Who submits them? I'm not following.
Commissioners to you.
Oh, sure, yeah,
Okay.
they can, yeah. Anytime you have idea, you can email it to me, and please do so. And if there's a commission upcoming, I'll add it to that agenda. If it's too close, we put it for the next one.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, we'll adjourn. It's quick.
Gee. Really?
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.